Hello people, this is Code Grind and in today's video we'll be creating a function to change image on button clicking event. So here I've got this image of a pair of shoes which is black in color now, and when I click on any of these colors like red, this navy blue and the white, the image changes based on the color which I have clicked on. So this is a must include feature in case you are creating an e-commerce website and can be a very helpful function for many other websites as well. So let's get straight into it. So here I've got this basic layout ready. I have linked an external CSS file in which we'll be doing all the styling part. Now let's get started with our HTML. First of all, a div with a class container. We'll wrap all our things inside this div, and then a div for the image, and then a div for the description. That will basically be the title and the different colors. So in here we'll have our image. For now, let's just have the black shoes as the default pair of shoes. So this is the black.jpg. I have already downloaded a few images of the four pair of shoes, the black one, the red, the navy blue, and at last the white colored pair of shoes. I will give a link in the description from where you can download all of these images, and let's give them an alt of shoes. Now let's come to the description part. In the description part we won't have much, just the title at first. So for that, a paragraph tag with a class of title, and let's call them high top shoes. Yeah, and then we'll have our four dots inside a div with the class colors, and now we'll have four different span tags. Each one will have two classes. The first class will be dots. Oh, we need four spans. Yeah, so four spans, each one will have a class of dots. The first one will be black, so let's give it a class of black, then red, then navy, and at last a class of white. Yeah, so this is it for the HTML part. Now let's get into the styling. So we'll start our styling by first nullifying the browser's default settings, that is margin 0, padding 0, a box sizing of border box, and at last a font family of Poppins. If you want to use the same font, then I'll give a link in the description from where you can download it and install it in your systems. Now let's select our body and give it a display of flex and a justify content of center. This will horizontally align everything to the center of the page, and also a text align of center. Yeah, now let's select our container div inside which we have wrapped all our things. Give it a margin top of 7 em. Actually the image right now is too big, so we aren't able to see the changes. So let's first design our image, which is inside the div with the class of image, and give it the static width of 400 pixels. Yeah, now it will be very easy for us to see everything, and we want them in a horizontal layout. So for that we'll give them a display of grid and a grid template columns of 1fr and 1fr. This will make them equal in length. Yeah, so this is good for now. Now let's select our div with the class of description, which holds our title, and then we'll design our four different colored dots. So justify self of start to it so that it sticks to the starting of its justification. Yeah, and then margin left of 2 em. Yeah, this is good. Now let's select our title and increase the font size to 1.5 em. Okay, this is good for now. Now we'll select our div with the class colors, which holds all of our four dots, and we'll give them each a not each we'll give the div a display of grid and a grid template columns. We want them in four columns. That means one column for each of the dots, and all of them will be equal in length, and some gapping between them. So for that, grid column gap of 1 em. Yeah, now let's select our dots, give them a position of relative. Now why are we giving them this position? I will tell you about this later in the video. Then a margin top of 2 em. Right now we aren't able to see any changes because we haven't given any of these dots any background color, any border, or anything. so we don't see any changes. So actually let's first give them some coloring so that we are able to see what it's going around here. To the red one we'll give a background color of red. To black a background color of, oh where is background color, here, background color of black. To the navy a background color of navy. And at last to the white a background color of white. Still we aren't able to see any changes. That's because we need to provide them with some height of 30 pixels, width of 30 pixels. Yeah, now we see them, but the white one is still invisible because it matches with the background color of the body. Let's make them round by giving them a border radius of 50%. Okay, that's good. And at last a cursor of pointer, so whenever I hover over them we get this pointer cursor, and which makes it look clickable. Now we need to provide with them with some borders, so for that we'll select our after pseudo element by using the double colons. If you want to know why we use these single and double colons, then I have already created an FAQ video. I'll give a link in the description, and you can also click on the link above to know all about it. I will give it a position of absolute. So since we are going to position that border around these divs in reference to these divs, that's why we gave it a position of relative, and we are giving this after pseudo element a position of absolute. This was the sole reason of doing that. Now whenever you're working with before and after pseudo elements, never forget to mention the content attribute. Without it you won't be able to see any changes. So we don't want anything as our content, so we leave it blank, but mentioning it is very necessary. A height of 35 pixels, and as well a width of 35 pixels, because it should be a bit bigger than the original size of the divs. And then a border radius of 50%, this should be round as well. And at last a border 1 pixel solid gray. So you see right now we have got these, but they are not perfectly positioned. So to position them, what we will do is give them a top of 50%, left of 50%. Yeah, now to position them exactly at the center, we need to give them the last property, which is transform translate of -50%, comma -50%. So now they are perfectly positioned alongside our divs with these colors. So this is it for the styling part. Now let's get straight into JavaScript. The JavaScript for this functionality is very easy to understand if you just pay a little attention to what I'm going to say. First, we'll start by entering the script tag at the last of our body tag and select each and every one of these dots. So for that, we'll use the document.querySelector all function because there are multiple of them. Each of them has a class of dots. So we have selected all four of them, and then we'll select our image. So to select it, we'll use document.querySelector, which is inside the div with the class image. So this will select our image. And now what we need to do is for each and every dot, whenever it is clicked on, we need to run a function. So for first of all, we need to run a for each loop for every dot, which we will consider them as dot. And on the clicking event of any of these dots, we will run a function. Okay, so inside it, the first thing which we want is to select the value, that means the color of these dots. So for that we need to provide them with another attribute here. The value of this one will be black because this is the black dot. Same, the value of this one will be red. We'll give everything the same, the value of whichever color it represents. This one a navy value, and at last this one will have a value of white. So first we will select, we'll get this attribute of value from whichever dot is clicked on. So to get this value, we will store it first inside a value variable, and for getting this we need to call a function which is dot get attribute, and the name of the attribute is value. So now when I console.log this, you will see what we have done over here. Let's go to the inspect element. Now inside this console, now whenever I click on any of these dots, let's say I click on the red one, we get the value which we have set over here in the HTML. we get this value over here. I click on black, we get this value black. So this is how you can get the value of any attribute we have which you have mentioned in the HTML using JavaScript with the .get attribute function. Now we need to use this attribute to change our image. So for that we to select the source of the image, we'll first go to image.src. So as you might remember, the image is the variable in which we have stored the image of the shoes. Now we will change its src, which is the source of that image, to dot slash. This represents the images in the same folder. And you might remember that I have saved these images as the color name is only. That means the navy blue pair of shoes have the name of navy, the red ones have the name red, white, and at last the black. So we'll simply have the value over here and at last dot jpeg. So this will change the source of this image to whatever dot is clicked on. Let's reload this. I click on red, the image gets changed to the red.jpg, navy.jpg, and white.jpg. You can also go to the inspect element and see in here in the elements. Here we have our image. Right now the source is white.jpg. As soon as I click on this red dot, the source gets changed. So this is how you can create this functionality and implement it in your websites. Now if you like the video, then don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more such amazing tutorials on CSS and JavaScript, and thank you for watching.